wow, what do you know? It's time for the Pocket Knife Show. Hey, it's Mike on the mic again for another episode of the Pocket Knife Podcast. I did a little experiment last month after reading Vanessa Van Edwards' book, Captivate, which teaches recovering awkward people how to connect with others. My experiment? I tried not to ask anyone, anywhere, this simple question. How are you? It wasn't because I didn't care about how they were doing. Far from it. I chose to avoid this question because it's become meaningless in our culture. Everyone asks it. Everyone knows the expected automatic response. Fine. I'm fine. Just fine. You say you're fine even if you're not. How often has a fine coming from your lips been a fine-sounding lie? I've said fine when I'm not fine. That's why I banned the question in question for a whole month. I wanted to know what was really going on with people. I didn't need their fine answers. I wanted their real responses. So I asked different questions. Anything important or exciting happening in your life? Got any fun plans for spring break? What's been the best part of your day so far? Asking these questions and others similar to them elicited far different replies than the usual. Twice in a single visit to the local grocery store, I asked the important or exciting question and heard about the struggles two women were going through. On another occasion, I saw a spark in a young man's eye as he told me about the opportunity he'd been given just that week to play drums in a cover band. I learned of grandkids on the way and weddings coming up and dozens of interesting things because I didn't ask the trite, old question, how are you? And what do you want to know most? Did I slip up? Yes. I slipped up when a friend stopped by my office. Twice I went into automatic mode on the phone, and I asked the band question at a wedding reception. It just popped out. Every time I slipped, if I was with the person, I pulled a quarter out of my pocket and handed it to them. I met their puzzled look with an explanation of my little social experiment, then asked a better question and found myself connecting with them. One of my phone call relapses led to the handing over of a quarter at a school play hours later. The other resulted in another 25 cents in the church offering plate. That's what my friend said to do with it. So I started with a roll of quarters, $10. I lost $1 and learned cool things and sometimes important things about people around me. Jesus asked probing questions at nearly every turn. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Do you want to get well? Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you? Will you really lay down your life for me? Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? Woman, why are you crying? Who is it you're looking for? There are many more questions, of course. I read only questions from Matthew and John. Some of the same questions are in Mark and Luke, but there are others as well. Different queries. Think about the connections each question made with those Jesus was with at the time. Jesus asked for a drink, and an entire village of Samaritans was convinced he was the Messiah. Peter was restored to fellowship with Jesus when Jesus asked him, "Do you love me?" Mary Magdalene became the first witness to Jesus' resurrection. She was the one that he asked, "Why are you crying?" How are you is no longer on my hit list. It won't cost me a quarter if I ask it. I spent most of the quarters I had in my pocket within a few days of the close of last month. They were weighing me down. Do you know how much a roll of quarters weighs? I'm still going to ask better questions most of the time. Want to join me in connecting better? Give a new question or two a spin. You can use mine. Anything important or exciting happening in your life? Ask that or some other question and see what you learn about the people around you. Ask and see what God might want to do in you or through you. Oh no, it's sad I know we've come to the end of the show. See you next time.